And we're back with another episode of Hack the Box Backend 2. Now, last time we found out that we can actually query for some users. So using get, we were able to get some users, and there was another endpoint called admin, and we are not authenticated for it. So maybe let's try Swagger, not found. Maybe let's find the docs, not found. Let's look if we have Swagger here. Maybe we have docs here. Docs not authenticated. Okay, so I mean, we could do this manually the whole day, but we could also use a tool. But sadly, the browser only can send GET requests, except when you use JavaScript, but that's too complicated. So we're gonna go with the tool called Postman, which is basically curl but as a GUI. So let's get this one. Let's show you when I do this, I get the exact same reply. I mean, response. So this means we're not authenticated. So let's check out what was it called, API v1 users and then one, or was it user without the S? Yes, okay, it was user without the S. Perfect. Now, this is what happens if we do a GET request. We can query it for POST requests. Seeing that I am a professional full stack developer, engineer, as well as a hacker, I know how these APIs are built. So there is usually something maybe called login. Okay, so it looks like login exists and it wants us to send a username and a password. We have the username but not a password. Maybe there's something called register method not allowed. Maybe something called sign up field required, value error missing. I think that's usually we send this stuff in JSON. So I hope it's JSON and not XML. What do we need to sign up? Maybe a username and obviously a password. Okay, so it wants an email as well. Let's try it with email. Let's send this. And it looks like the response we got here is 201, which stands for created. What if we just do a login with this one? It wants a username. I'm not sure if the username one works. So let's just send all of this. Unprocessable entity. The request was well formed, but was unable to be followed due to semantic errors. Okay, so it's telling us that username and password are missing. That's weird. Maybe we can try it, send it as text. Doesn't work. What we also can try is username equals Zenit and password equals Zenit. And let's get rid of this and let's send this. Okay, so it doesn't like that as well. How do we log in here? That's the big question. How do we log in? I mean, isn't that always the question when you're hacking something? So it's telling me username is missing and password is missing, but I'm sending it. Let's try different types of body message. Yeah, what the hell are we gonna do? Let's try something else. Let's add them as params. Why not? Username was Zenit, password was Zenit, email was Zenit at zenit.zenit. Okay, I'm not sure the username one worked as expected, so let's just use our email as username. Yeah, no idea. Maybe let's try it in here as well. Let's use our email as username. Okay, something is not right. Do we have some headers that we don't want? Let's send it as form data. Why not? Username, Zenit, and password params, and just send it as form data. Because you usually log in with a form. Okay, so it says incorrect username. Let's try it with the email. Zenit. We got the access token. Now we can just grab this. This looks like a WJT. You can clearly see that it's a WJT when you look at the start of this, and you can read the A. And let's add the token in here. The A part is like the start of curly bracket. We can also take a quick look at what's inside that with JVT IO. You see this one, it also starts with A, so when it starts with A and has some dots in it, chances are high that it's a JVT. So what data do we get in here? We get the sub, which usually stands for the username, and then we got the signed part here, blah blah blah. So we can't fake this one. I can't just change this to 1 and then it magically works because of cryptographic magic things. So what we are gonna do instead is access the docs, I guess. Let's open up a new tab. All right, so after googling for like 5 seconds, I found this one. It's a plugin that allows you to set header to request for a certain website, I think. So let's go with HTTP / and then this one. This one is authorization and this one. And now it looks like it's working. That's fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. We don't even need to enumerate all the API endpoints. We just found them. Thanks to my experience as a software engineer, I knew what to look for. And this is exactly what I mean when I say you need coding for hacking, because I never would have guessed that otherwise, to be honest. That's just because I've built like 10 or 20 such APIs in my time that have these exact same names, like user login, user sign up, or register. It's always the same. Once you have some experience, that's like second nature almost. And now we have this fast API documentation, which is like the Swagger doc that it generates. So let's actually authorize in here as Zenit at zenit.zenit with the password Zenit. So this means that now we should be able to, for example, let's try this out. Perfect. Okay, so we're actually logged in the API itself via this user interface. So this means that now we have basically everything that we want. We can edit a profile. The profile is just a string, or basically the thing that creates our claim. And then we need profile Hackerman. I have no idea. What does this even do? We got a response true. Okay, so profile string. Profile was null. Let's execute it now. Now we're Hackerman. What is 11? 11 is UHC player. Also, that's like the human readable name somehow. And here we have the edit password. So let's try it out for our user first. So let's set our password to nice. Okay, but weird as well. Don't I need to have some form of old password check, or can I just change the password for every user? Let's try that out. Result false. Bad request. That's what I thought. I had a comma at the end, and JSON sometimes doesn't like that. Oh, result true. Am I now a super user? Did that really change? Did that really happen? I've become a super user. Amazing. This API is very secure, and now I've just gained admin access. Privilege escalation for REST APIs. That's gonna be the title of this video. So this means that essentially, if I go to this admin check now, it should say, what? And here it clearly says, is super user true? So let's check out if after a logout, login, I'm now an admin. No. Okay, so I'm still logged in. The token is still valid, which isn't exactly a super nice thing to do. But yeah, we are somehow a super user, but we're still not admin. Maybe there is a difference between those two. How do we elevate our user to become an admin? I think that's a question for the next episode. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and also make sure to check out my Patreons where you get weekly tutorials, an additional video per week for just $1 a month. See you over there.